So let's talk a little bit about your journey from law to Washington.
Well, I consider it to be a great anecdote. I find it to be very, very funny. And that is, I was sitting with my girlfriend and we had gone back to Kalamazoo, Michigan. And her aunt and uncle were helping her around the house after her mom had passed away. And the uncle was quite a bit older than me. First of all, he was mowing the lawn for her. I can contribute in a lot of ways, like yard work is not one of them. And I was sitting in the grass, watching him mow the lawn with her aunt, and her aunt looked at him and reflected in such a kind way. He had retired as chairman of a bank, and he had been CEO of a bank and chairman of several different banks and had this phenomenal career. And she kind of marveled at him pushing the lawnmower and said, my husband, he never sought a promotion. He went to college. After he left college, he went to the bank. He was a bank teller. He did such a great job as a bank teller that they, promoted him to assistant manager, all the way up. And, he definitely had the thing where they didn't recognize maybe his skill at the bank he was at. You start as a teller, are they really going to make you CEO of that bank? So then another bank, regional bank, said, hey, we could have you over here as a vice president, and throughout his whole career. And she said, all he did was he stuck his nose to the grindstone and he worked very hard and he did great at what he did. And he was promoted along the way. And I was like, wow, that's so amazing, And I sat and I reflected on that in my own career. And I was like, oh my gosh, that has never happened to me. Not one time. I have control freaked or, marionetted, my way into every single position I've ever had. Even getting into law school, I did it differently than other people. I put the law school application in, and then I would start calling the admissions office. And some schools said, hey, you know what? Don't call us again. We don't want, I'd be like, oh, hey, it's Paul Morris. I'm so delighted to, I really want to come to NYU Law School, And they said to me, please don't call again. Okay. And I go, okay. And then I didn't call again. Cornell Law School, where I was on the wait list, they're like, you know what? Call us every week because we want to say yes to people on this wait list that really want to come. And you may get accepted somewhere else. You may want to go somewhere else or whatever. But if you tell us every week you're still interested, we will keep you on the top of the pile. So it's not going to work in every instance, but every single thing that I did. And then I ended up going to Cornell Law School, not one of the other ones that said, hey, don't call us.
Right.
So every position, I have politicked for or thrown my own, even within Keller Williams, I remember somebody coming around saying, hey, they're looking for a new regional director, And I waited till the meeting was over and I called that guy. I said, hey, I want you to recommend me. Would you be willing to do that? And then we talked all about whether I wanted to do it or didn't want to do it. And I wasn't sure I wanted to do it. So I said, I want to be direct with you and say, I may not want to do this. So if you're not comfortable recommending me, that's okay. I may not want to do it, but I know I want them to want me.
Right, exactly.
I want to interview for the position, right?
Yeah.
And he said, no, I'll do that. And I said, I'll be respectful about it. I'll tell them in advance I may not do this. And I'm flattered that they're asking, even though I created that interview. And so really, I made my own magic in that way. Now, making your own magic might be sticking your nose to the grindstone and working very hard. I often will give advice, right? And, somebody was asking for different bits of advice on video. And one day I shot the advice of, my mom told me, whatever job you do, no matter how lowly it is, do your absolute best. And it will benefit you in the long run.
Hi, Steve Rodgers here. If you're enjoying the show, glad to hear it. If you want to click on the link below, we could jump in a conversation and have a discovery call about how I might be able to help you be more productive, more profitable, more on purpose, grow or start a business. I help a lot of people in those areas, and I'm sure I can help you. Click on the link below.